encourage children to construct play environments for pretending and imagining. Just like inside, when you saw in Trisha's school, the children turning the dramatic play area into a hospital. That can happen outside too. Absolutely. So these children have created a stage. And Mr. Schultz, the music teacher, bought into that idea. And he's like, you know what, I'll bring my guitar out. I'll play some music for you when you do your dance. And you can have your scarf dance to music. So that's what's happening in this photo. They could become forts, simply with pieces of scrap wood and scrap sticks and logs, anything the children find, and pieces of scrap material in the hands of children can become other things. So there needs to be opportunities in your outdoor spaces as well for the children to create and construct play environments for pretending and imagining. Who out there, all of us at one time have built a fort, right? When I was a little girl, I built it out of my mom's dining room chairs, and I would sneak a blanket out of her linen closet, hoping she wouldn't catch me, and drape it over the chairs, and that was my fort, right? You've all done that. Wonderful things happen when children can get their hands on loose materials like that. Lots of pretending. There needs to be places outside, just like in your indoor environment, for children to represent what they're seeing, what they're noticing, what they're exploring, what they're curious about outside. This is the nature art area in our nature classroom at UPC Discovery. So it's a specific area, just like in your art area in your classroom, where children go to paint and sculpt and collage and draw what they see, what they notice, what's interesting to them. When children represent their ideas, they are thinking. They are thinking. It's not about art, it's about thinking when children represent their ideas. Here's another group of children drawing trees in the spring. And that's as easy as clipboards, paper, and some markers or some pencils. It doesn't take a lot to create a nature art area. You don't have to, it doesn't have to look like that, guys. It can absolutely look like that. Some clipboards, some paper, and some markers. You've got nature art. There should be spaces in your outdoor environments that encourage children to be quieter, to think and reflect and observe what it is they're seeing. There should be spaces for children to snuggle up with a book, to sit down on a log with a pair of binoculars, and to think and to reflect and to observe what it is that's in front of them. One of these pictures are two little girls. They chased a butterfly all over the Nature Explore classroom, and it finally landed on a butterfly bush on the berm. And so it's sitting there. I know it's hard to see because of all the color, but there is a monarch butterfly on this butterfly bush. And so they finally chased it all over. It finally landed on this bush, and they're just sitting there. I mean, there's tons of stuff happening all around them. Probably Charles and Andrew are trying to move that big log again. There's probably kids over here building in the outlast blocks. Children are rolling down the hill. But Emery and Lexi, her name, Emery and Lexi are watching a monarch butterfly in the middle of all that. So there needs to be time for children to be quieter and to think and reflect. This is the bird reserve in our nature classroom. And here are two children. They are 3s and 4s, and they are just observing the birds that are coming to eat at the bird feeders. All right, so you've seen a lot of examples. Here's another one. Godly play, we're a faith-based school. Godly play happens all over our nature classroom. This is in the gazebo. And here's two little ones watching frogs in the waterfall. You've seen a lot of examples of opportunities for children to think in classrooms and outdoor classrooms that support critical thinking. So hopefully you have written some of that down in that first column.